We are streaming on May 10th.
Yep.
I've already had a few glasses of wine.
We're catching up.
Yeah. Won't take long.
I gotta stop pre-drinking.
Stop or continue. Or
No,
do
you should
it
just
more.
let everybody else pre-drink with you.
Why, there's a reason why we arrive a little early.
That's
Just
fair
say-
enough, yeah.
You guys need to start getting here at like 5. Today I have a Mia and a Jess.
Hi,
Making
everybody.
her debut on
Oh my
this.
god.
Yes, I haven't done this before, so.
You guys might recognize Jess from some Desert Bus stuff. I know you've been on camera
A little bit,
bit,
yeah.
You
I've
were
been
on-
in a few videos too.
Mhm.
Yes.
I am part of Jared's D&D group. If you want history for video
Yeah,
stuff,
that's
so.
where I first saw you.
Yeah. Those were my first videos.
And she was in one of the drawings I did with you guys watching,
That's
which
true.
was the Lady Planeswalkers. She was the centerpiece.
I was.
Yeah. And she is tonight.
and I'm sorry that the reality doesn't live up to the art.
Oh, listen, there will be none of that.
Yes.
On this.
Okay,
stream.
I got it out of my system. I'm done.
Okay. This is a happy place.
Yes, I know.
In this place, we are gorgeous,
Yes.
Yay!
and then every other place, because that's how that works, right? Yeah, sure.
So hello, chat.
Hello, chat. How is your Mother's Day, everybody?
It's going all right.
In the room.
Yeah, no, good. I
I-
did Mother's Day with my mom yesterday because I had to work today.
Yeah. I made the requisite calls.
There you go.
I promised my mom to take her for lunch tomorrow
Oh, there you
because I had a full comic due today and then streaming. And I managed to finish the comic by the skin of my fucking teeth. Actually, this was almost going to be I need to finish my comic for tomorrow. stream. Yeah, it took me a while to... I'm gonna not have my phone on the table so it doesn't buzz everywhere.
Fair enough.
Usually I write the comic for Monday on Friday or Saturday, and then draw it on Saturday or early Sunday, and I didn't write this one until halfway through today.
Oh.
And I'm like, And it's happened before where I've written something like literally at the 11th hour and just burned through it, and I work really well under pressure, and I can get a comic done really, really, really fast if I know it needs to be up within like 3 hours.
Me too.
But I hate that pressure. Unfortunately, I can just never get it done as fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we are drawing.
Bang.
We're drawing a card from Deck of Many Things, and we don't know how to pronounce it exactly.
I suspect it's Euryale? Maybe? It's a guess.
I'm gonna go with that.
Sure.
'cause
Yeah.
It
Euryale.
It sounds good and...
It's a Medusa snake lady. That's what I was calling it.
Yeah.
So...
I call her Florence.
and that's fair.
Yeah.
Because, but this card causes a permanent penalty on all saving throws.
Ouch.
Yikes.
So we've been doing some that give you buffs recently, and now we're just
The ones that screw you.
the ones that screw you. What have I done? I made it even bigger. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
There you go. But yes, I also forgot to prepare topics and questions this time because I was drawing this.
That's fair.
If anybody else in the chat wants to brag about their cool Mother's Day plans and outdo us, because we suck, that
we
would
had
be
a
great.
couple. Sarah had brunch with her mother-in-law. The Metalupus called their mom, had a nice chat.
Oh.
Kitty Wolf brought their mom a cake and a pot of mini pink roses.
Aww.
I had a cheeseburger with my mom.
Nice.
It was delicious.
I called my grandmother and she was like, "Do you have a boyfriend?" I was like, "Yes." And she's like, "When's the wedding?"
Yeah.
I'll work on it. She's like, "I want to be there. You tell me." Okay.
Goddamn you, child.
I think that's gonna happen, yes? If there's a wedding, the grandmother will be invited?
Yes.
There you go, then.
Yeah. Euryale.
Euryale.
Says gravity
okay.
kite. Okay.
Yeah,
I believe you.
sure.
Second Look Dan is cooking for themselves tonight. Which is fine.
Alright, the snake body makes no sense, but you know what? Fuck it. Magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I like it. It's loopy.
Twisty.
So, yeah. I'm gonna have some, like, really bright, like, offensively green light in the background, making all this on the top here in silhouette. And then I'm gonna attempt to make it look like snake scale on the bottom. But I suspect that's not gonna go very well because I've never done that before.
Consummate V's, damn it.
Consummate V's! And I'm gonna save it.
Yeah.
Saving's good.
Yeah. And I'm gonna... I don't remember how to spell it. Sure.
Like that, yeah.
Euryale.
Medusa snake lady thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how I'm gonna send it to Jer. That's a card, right?
Yeah, that's a thing.
Alright. So...
Open chat.
Yeah.
Questions from chat for
Floodgate.
doctors.
Oh, we
For
can
the
ask
doctors?
Jess questions or more popular questions from before that you and I have
Sure.
already answered.
Okay.
Being, what's the sickest you've ever been?
Amusing injuries.
Yeah, amusing injuries or worst injuries.
Okay.
Because everybody wants to hear those.
Sickest I've ever been, I was
Jumping
12,
right into it. Oh god, what did I press?
and I had pneumonia for a long time.
Oh,
It actually
shit.
ran through my entire family. This
Oy.
was in 1994, which was the year Victoria had the Commonwealth Games. My dad went downtown. Yeah, right? My dad went downtown to watch one of the entertainment things they had going on and caught some bug from somewhere else. So it was nasty. He got it. It turned into pneumonia. He gave it to my entire family, so my mom, my sister, and I, and it all turned into pneumonia for all of us. At one point, all four of us were bedridden.
Yikes.
My dad got better slightly sooner than the rest of us, to the point where he could drag himself to work. I remember a day when he dragged himself to work and was like, okay, guys, go try to eat something. I'm going to work. And then my mom's like, okay. And then like 3 hours later, she's like, okay, girls, we have to go eat something. It took us an hour to get downstairs and eat a piece of toast. And then we all dragged ourselves back up to bed and slept for the rest of the day.
Wow.
Yeah. It was not fun. It wasn't like I wasn't barfing or anything. It was just, I am not well at all. As for amusing injuries, not so many. Well, I have the one story. I have the lawn dart story.
This should be good. I like it already.
Me too.
You know what's gonna be good when it's like, all I have to say is lawn darts. It's like,
Yeah.
yes.
Preface it with, there was a small amount of blood, but no one was permanently injured. I have a scar, and that's about it. I have a small scar on my wrist that you probably can't see on the stream at all, but it's
There
it's
it is.
there.
Okay.
I was 7. My sister was, my younger sister, my only sister, she was 4 at the time. And so myself, my sister, and my dad were up at my uncle's cabin up at Shawnigan Lake. My mom was taking the weekend off, by which we mean she stayed home and we went to my uncle's cabin. And my dad thought that
So
was...
she got a vacation from you guys.
Exactly, yeah. She didn't go anywhere. She just stayed home and slept, or I don't know what she did. I was playing lawn darts with my father and my 4-year-old sister. This was when my dad decided it was a really good time to teach my sister how to play lawn darts. My 4-year-old sister.
Oh no!
And this was also the day that we
Wow.
learned my sister can't throw underhand.
That's supposed to be the easy one.
She has problems with release points.
Oh.
To this day, she still can't throw underhand. So rather than throwing it and letting go about here where you're supposed to, so it goes forward and, out into the... So this was the lawn darts with the big 6-inch metal spikes that they stopped making because people died. So this would have been about 1989 or so. Rather than letting go here, she let go here. It went straight up into the air and was coming straight down towards me, where I was sitting on the ground with my next lawn dart in my hand, waiting my turn. My dad, seeing this happen, runs over to try and just bat it out of the air so it doesn't land on me. What ends up happening is he trips over me, and I stab myself with the one in my hand. My sister completely oblivious. What's happening here? My dad nearly fell in the lake.
Oh my god.
And the only thing that saved me from, like, seriously injuring myself was the fact that I was wearing a watch at the time and it skipped off of my watch because it was heading deeper into my arm.
Oh, God.
I probably should have had stitches. I didn't. I was just most upset because my mom wasn't there. And I love my dad. He's fantastic. But he's not your mom when you're 7 and you stabbed yourself with a lawn dart.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Second look, Dan brings it with womp womp.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. So to this day, I have about a 1-inch scar on my left wrist that has oddly moved up my arm. It used to be right at my wrist level, and as I've grown, it's moved about 3 inches up my arm. So
Interesting.
yeah, which is kind of a weird, cool thing about how people grow. I
Yeah.
guess. How
Yeah.
your skin changes, but it's about the same size as it always has been. It's just about. It used to be right down here,
Yeah.
and now it's up here. So
Neat.
go figure. So that's the lawn dart story. Now the internet knows my lawn dart story.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a
None
good
of mine
one.
were that funny.
Yeah.
Well,
They were
anything-
interesting, but...
Anything that involves a 4-year-old and a 6-inch metal spike is going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
And nobody dying.
Yeah, that's...
Now, I
That's
do
the
have a
important bit.
scar. It's either above or below my lip. I had when I was a very, very small child. I don't actually remember doing this, but there's a scar to prove it. Apparently, I watched my dad shaving and tried to do it after the
Aw.
fact, and just ripped open. It's either above my lip or below. I don't remember where it is. I cover it in makeup every day, so yeah, I just ripped my face open. It was
Wow.
bad. And then I did the same thing again later. After seeing my mom shave her legs, she ripped open my legs.
Oh, wow.
I was not a smart child.
I remember seeing, like, my first time seeing a safety, or seeing one of the disposable razors, but it had the little plastic thing over
The
it.
little cover? Yeah.
The little cover. So I was like, how does it do anything? It's just plastic.
Yeah.
I was
Must be some
very
trick
young.
that I don't know. Yeah.
I was very young, so it didn't occur to me that the cover came off.
Fair enough.
So, yeah.
I love that feeling when you were a small child where, like, just because you're examining it, you're smarter than everyone. You're just like,
Yeah.
how does the rest of the planet think this shaves their legs? Like,
Yeah.
clearly
I can't figure
this
it
is
out,
plastic,
so-
so
Yeah.
it doesn't work.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, floor 416, 416, 416, however you identify.
Sure. Words and booze. Everything's fine.
Oh my god, wasn't Fuzzy Wuzzy stepped on a disposable razor once? Nope!
Nope. Anything involving feet, nope. Big nope. Big old nope.
Everything's fine.
We're good.
It's good. It is fine.
You guys might be looking at, like, 3 intoxicated ladies. I'm not gonna lie.
Absolutely. Yay.
Uh,
I don't drink often. I'm drinking today.
Yep. Have we talked about just, like, embarrassing stories yet?
No.
We haven't? Really?
I don't think, not like the soul-destroying ones.
Okay.
I have a good one.
Okay,
I have
go
a good
ahead,
one.
because I make a deliberate point to not remember my embarrassing stories, so
Oh.
they don't torture me later.
Oh, I'm constantly tortured by
Yeah.
a lot of horrible
I can't,
memories.
yeah, I
I
can't
used
delete
to
like
mine.
I will
I can't
think
of
about
one right now.
I will think about these things that I've done and just be like, why? How was anyone friends with me?
Yeah.
Oh, I used to do that all the time, and then I realized that it was the only person I was hurting was myself. So I'm like,
I can say that to myself. I can
Yeah.
say, like, hey, Ash, you are literally the only person on the planet that remembers this
Yeah.
event. But for some reason, they keep sneaking into your head. Like, especially when you're about to go to bed, and they're just like,
Or
hey,
you're having a bad day anyway.
all those people
Fair
that
enough.
were there at this particular moment probably still remember that and probably still think you're a loser.
for me, it's more generalized. Like
That's what my
peop-
head says.
People,
anyway.
yeah.
people just hate me, kind of generalization, which I know is also not true.
Yeah.
But brains are stupid.
Oh, they are.
We're gonna have a, like, just therapeutic talk about, like, anxiety soon. After we do the embarrassing
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. We projected that way back. We were like, some point, because we're sitting and we're drinking and we're friends and there's trust here in this circle, and yeah, we're gonna get to, like, the bullying
And
stories.
everybody has to follow us to talk in the chat. So.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we're on Twitch now. That might not be true. Oh shit.
Oh.
I haven't seen any haters yet.
Okay.
The first stream that we did together, we hadn't changed it on Picardo. Anyone who just like happened to pop into the stream could say anything, and we changed it a few streams later so that only people that followed us could chat. But we made it through the entire first stream, and then in the last like 6 minutes, someone popped in and was like, "I want to suck my own dick," and we're like, "Congratulations." What is happening right now?
This is the wrong place on the internet for
that. Yeah. So, when I was a child, I took music lessons from a neighborhood lady who was nuts. She was really just kind of insane. Like I said, I think last stream, I never learned how to read music, and I still struggle with it, because I would be like, I don't understand what is in front of me, and she'd be like, every good boy deserves fudge! And it's like, I still don't know, what? How? Why? You know what? Never mind. It's fine. So
That's helpful if you know what it means.
Exactly, but I didn't.
And it's only half of the problem, also.
Yeah. I can't remember the other acronym.
There isn't one. That's the problem. Most of the time, there isn't one. Which is stupid.
So I learned to play the piano by ear. Like, I learned all music by ear until I started music when I was ballpark at 6. Did not learn the basic treble clef until I was 17, and got away with it most of the time. So I was given this piece that was very beautiful and very flowy, and I, learned most of it, and I learned this weird amalgam of, half of what was on the page and half of what sounded good, and I had just filled in because I read it wrong, because I was, painstakingly, trying to count the spaces and the lines, and got it wrong. So, but I had this all memorized and all good, and then I was up to, so she would hold these performance, right, where everybody would gather in her old house, and everybody would go and everything, and so oh my god,
it's a safe place, you can do this.
I'm gonna
a little more of that. Crack open the box.
How do I do this?
Probably.
Oh, hang on.
Oh no, he pulled the thingy off.
Yeah, he did.
So he should
it's gonna come out like a friggin' rocket, though.
There we go.
Foamy wine. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Wine dispenser.
So anyway, I get up to do it, and it had been pointed out to me very shortly before the performance, a couple days before, that I wasn't actually playing the part correctly.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, okay, yes, I know I'm not playing this piece correctly, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I got up and I tried to do a thing that was 75% of the way, as opposed to halfway, which I knew. Mm-hmm. I tried to read the music a little more, and I started, and then I got onto the wrong, and then I got onto the wrong set of keys, and it all started going wrong, and I just, it was a big disaster, and I stood up, and I screamed, I can't do it! And I ran out of the room, and everyone burst out laughing.
Oh, no!
Oh, how old are you?
Oh, God, 10? 9?
Yeah, that's scar you for life stuff.
Yeah, everybody started laughing, because of course this, little kid had just been like, I can't do it! And yeah, and so, and then my mom and the music teacher came and got me, and, we sat down, and the music teacher and I, played through the part, together, or played through this piece together,
a pity playthrough.
Yeah. A pity playthrough. But I never forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just oh man. So that's one of mine.
I wonder if having embarrassing stories is more tied to being in performance-y type art stuff, because I was not an artsy kid. I was not a sports kind of kid. I kind of didn't do stuff in front of people. Mm-hmm. Not deliberately. I just wasn't interested in any of those kinds of things. It's hard to have embarrassing stories when you spend a lot of time on your own reading books.
Because no one sees it,
exactly.
right?
No one sees it.
That's the big thing. 90% of the worst embarrassing stories are always the ones that are just and everyone in the school saw it, you know?
Yeah, and I didn't have close friends until I was 18.
But I have a way around that.
Oh, yeah.
Because in my story, everyone in the school saw it, and I still wasn't a popular kid.
Oh.
Well, not everyone in the school. I was in stagecraft in high school, and I got a job for one of the plays doing the lights. I wasn't like the light tech. I don't know shit the fuck about wiring lights or setting them up. I was the light operator.
Yeah, you push the buttons.
So up until the night, I was just, regular gopher, go around, help build sets, do whatever anybody needs, and then on the night of the performances, I just pressed the go button.
Right.
And that's it. And it literally is a trained monkey job. And you just have cues, so you have to watch the entire play every single night, wait for your cue, and press the go button. Mm-hmm. That's it. And it was really easy, and everybody referred to it as the trained monkey job. And I'm just like, you know what? I did other stuff on the play too, Jesus. But on one particular show night, they invited Oak Bay High alumni back, who was like the king of stage crap in his year. And he was like super stoked to see like our new setup because we had all these new lights and all these new soundboards and blah, blah, blah.
Oh no.
And so he sat in the booth with us through the performance. And right in, he started talking with the director, the stage manager, we're doing Kiss Me Kate, and during one of the, actual Shakespeare scenes where, the main character is giving a big speech, he started talking with the stage manager about, all the new equipment and blah, blah, blah. He's like, look at this soundboard, what does this do? And he puts his hand towards the go button, and I grab it before it goes there. I'm like, no, you don't press the go button, especially because the next cue is, lights down. And he's just like, I wasn't going to touch it. I was just like, blah, blah, blah. And he starts, what's the word, gesturing, above the friggin' light board. And, even the sound guy's like, every time he gets close to it. And so finally I just, really gently grab his hands, and I'm like, no, I can't have you here right now.
Sure.
As I turn around, my fucking chair arm hits the go button. And it goes pitch black in the middle of this guy's speech.
Oh, man.
I hear, 30 people associated with the play going, what the fuck, over mics and stuff like that. And I got it back within, 2 seconds. So, the lead actor was just like, and, did the, and kept going.
Yeah, sure.
But, I was so embarrassed. And the guy that was just about to hit it and went, basically, I can't even say that he did it, he didn't press it.
No, it was...
But, who caused the entire commotion was just laughing.
Oh,
no.
And the stage manager was furious at me. Everybody else was furious. Everyone's like, you have one job, Ash. All you have to do is press a button at the right time, and you can't do it. And it was so bad. And, after that particular show, or after it closed, our friggin' teacher for stage even mentioned, you just some of us had it easier than others, and looked right at me, and I'm like,
not cool.
I will kill you all.
Oh my god.
Needless to say, I didn't go back into stagecraft the next year.
Yeah, no kidding. Jeez.
Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad.
Oh no. Yikes.
And then the other one that I have, which felt just as bad, even though it was much quicker, there was a program in my, elementary school? Maybe, first year of high school, where the UVic Vikes up at that's the soccer team for the university.
That's the every team for the university.
Yeah. They needed people to basically, grab the soccer balls when they went out of bounds. But they had, 10 behind the net. Mm-hmm. So when you went to go grab the soccer ball, you weren't getting the game ball. You didn't have to, sprint back with it.
Right.
You're just getting the ball and putting it back behind the net.
Yeah.
And so I looked, and, it was a long time in between when they would actually kick the ball out of bounds. Mm-hmm. And there was, 10 balls behind the net. So one particular time when it went out of bounds, instead of just, going and getting the ball and putting it back, I tried to kick it back. And I was, doing the dribbling thing, blah, blah, blah. Because I looked before I went. There was 10 friggin' soccer balls behind the net. Why would they need this one?
Yeah.
And then when I got close, it took me a minute and a half to get back. When I got close, I looked up, and both teams and the referee were all standing and staring at me.
Oh, no.
And the referee had, called the timeout, basically, and been like, can I have the ball, please? And I'm like, this turn! I'm sorry! But everyone saw, like, in the stands and everything, and I went beet red, and I had to stay for the rest of the game. It was,
oh no.
Needless to say, never did that again.
Yeah. Recently, I had, like, and this was not so dramatic, necessarily, but, the choir that I sing with.
I'm going red. It's
just safe place.
Yeah.
Safe space.
It's the wine. It's okay.
Yeah, it's the wine. I'm fine. That stuff doesn't bother me anymore, I swear.
No one's crying into their pillows.
No.
So my choir does routinely, like, I guess my former choir now, because I'm not going to be with them, they do 2 performances, usually one's in the city and one is, like, in fucking Sydney or North Saanich, because that's where we make money.
Okay.
Because retirees love...
For those of you who are not from Victoria, that's approximately half an hour out of town.
Yeah.
Which,
and it's where,
in the grand scheme of things, is not actually all that far, but we live in Victoria, so it's really, really far.
Yeah. And it's where a lot of retirees live, and retirees like their live chamber music, so that's where we make money, as opposed to, like, friends and family coming. So there's this one teeny tiny little church. Like, it is old, and it is...
Big?
Yeah, it's big. And it's about twice the size of this room. Like 1.5 times the size of this room. It's tiny. This, for a reference point, this room is not large.
Sorry. Cass X, I'm hoping that's how I pronounce your name. I do drawings for people. You'd have to email me at ash@megacynics.com. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. So this tiny little church, normally we sing in, like, churches or cathedrals where there is acoustics, because churches are, you know, in need of good acoustics.
Buster!
Oi! Stop interrupting, yo.
Wait your turn, man. Wait your turn.
Never Buster's turn. Buster don't get no love.
So normally we sing in places where there's some space to it, right? So you sing and you get some reverb back, and it's much easier to sing when you have reverb coming back at you, because you hear what you're singing. This tiny little church is like singing against wet cardboard. Ooh. There's nothing, because we're in a tiny little room, and we're, like, squished into the, like...
And it's a tiny room full of people.
It's a tiny room full of people, and there's nothing. So this particular performance was really difficult. It was a really difficult set of songs. But I had a solo. I had a duet with one of the sopranos, where, like, she sang a line and I sang a line at the same time, and we kind of traded off little things. First night, went off without a hitch, not a problem. Second day, while in this tiny little church, she came in, like, 3 notes flat. And I tried to make up for it, but I couldn't. Singing off each other, and we couldn't. And then the choir master, there's one guy in the choir who has perfect pitch. So you'll be like, give me a D, and he'll sing the right note.
Yep.
And so the choir master actually had to have that guy give us a bass note again.
To bounce off.
To start again.
Regulate from, yeah.
Yeah, because the rest of the choir was going to pick back up and sing the conclusion of the of the song.
Piece, yeah.
And he had to give him, like... We were so badly off that he had to have him give us, like, the bass note again. It's not as dramatic, but that was pretty humiliating, because I don't think I've ever seen... Like, we've gotten off before. Like, the most recent performance we gave, we were off, but we've always held together. We've never had to stop in the middle of a performance to get our note again.
Oh no.
So, yeah, that was... And to his credit, my choir master is really good about it, and he was like, no, it's live music, that's how it goes. I was, like, horrified. I was like, I am so sorry. And he was like, no.
That wasn't you, though.
Wasn't me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But, that was... And then I had to keep singing for the rest of the performance. So, yeah. Singing in a choir is not easy.
I bet.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
I have
Especially
a hard
small
time
ones.
sitting here drawing for internet people that I can't even see. Sometimes, like, I can't imagine actually like standing up in front of people. Like, I could even have nightmares about those stupid little poems that you had to read in like grade 3.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can't stand up in front of people. I can't do it.
Actually, now that we're talking about elementary school, that does bring up an embarrassing story. I
Oh,
do
hey!
have
Ah.
one. Grade.
Because the entire school was watching, right?
No, just the entire
Oh.
class.
All right.
But
Close enough.
bit of backstory. I moved to a new school when I was just starting grade 6, so I was 12 at the time, and this was that year, or was that the following year? It was the next year. It was during grade 7. But I was still kind of the new kid. I didn't make friends easily, and what friends I did make in grade 6 promptly dumped me, is the best way to say it. Told me to my face that they thought I should have other friends.
Yikes.
I've been there.
Yeah,
Kids are awful.
kids are
Yep.
terrible. So these are not the nicest people, and I didn't really bounce back from that particularly well. I just pulled in. I just, more books and fine. If you guys are going to be immature and stupid like that, I'll wait till you grow up. Was sort of the mantra of most of my childhood when it came to friends. But we had all done these projects that we're supposed to do, presentations on, and they were all they were kind of grouped in themes, sort of. I think mine was on Greek gods and goddesses or something, one of those kinds of things, right? And I was expecting to do my presentation the following day.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure, I can't remember why I was expecting to do it then. I think because the theme that I thought I was connected with was going the next day. Like, there's whole groups of sets of people. And then this chick who had dumped me, for lack of a better word, who when I think back on it, I had a gigantic crush on and was not even at all aware of it because I didn't figure that out until I was 24. I was 12. This is not a whole other story. And then she had done something that was sort of kind of related to mine, and their whole kind of group went up, and she's like, "Oh yeah, and Jess." And I went, "What?"
I'm sorry.
And I'm like, okay, I am not a public speaker. I definitely wasn't then. So I had been psyching myself up to go the following day. I was not at all mentally prepared to be talking in front of, I believe it was both grade 7 classes in the same room, about a project that I was perfectly content with because I was good on paper. I was just not that great at speaking.
Yes.
And I got up to the front and froze and started crying in front of the entire grade 7 class.
Oh no.
And tried to push through because that's what you do.
Yeah.
And my teacher went, "Do you need a minute?" And I went, "Yes." And then went and cried in the bathroom for about 20 minutes.
Oh no.
And they sent somebody, "Are you okay?" It's like, "Yes. I just wasn't expecting to go today." And it's like, in your head that sounds like the stupidest thing.
Yeah.
But I was like bawling, I was bright red, I was crying and crying. I can't remember how it resolved, to be honest. I can't remember if I pulled it together and went up and did it, or if they let me go the following day. I think they let me go the following day.
Mm-hmm.
But
If I was any kind of non-sadistic teacher, I would.
Yeah.
yeah, this teacher was not necessarily that kind.
Yeah.
But,
Thank you, Chad, for answering the questions that we're gonna get to eventually.
Yeah.
But you're taking care of it for us. You're doing our job.
so that's my embarrassing story. Hooray
I'm
for
using
tears.
Yeah. Yeah, Cass X, email Ash, and there'll be
Yeah, it's
things can be worked out.
Ash@MegaCynics.com. I can't take any commissions until I'm finished this project for Jer, and I think this marks the halfway point, honestly. But yes, it does happen. Clearly.
There's so much bright blue on my face.
This is gonna look like such a mess until it's all filled in.
Yeah. Works. You only kind of look like you're drawing little dongs.
Just a little bit. Like, right now we're at that point where it's what's the hentai tentacle rape monster?
Sure, yeah.
I was just gonna go with sperm, but okay. Yeah.
Sperm too, yeah.
See, this is why it's a mature stream.
Yeah, it's rated mature on Twitch as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yes,
Not
it is.
appropriate for children. I don't know what snakeheads look like, Jesus.
No, they look kind of like that.
Yeah.
You're good. It's just until you put eyes on them, they look like sperm.
We'll put little glowing eyes on them in the end.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Yeah.
There'll be no mistake.
Any embarrassing stories from you, Chet? We're down.
I was actually going to say, like, Jess just reminded me that I had a very similar story, although there was, like, no school project involved.
Mm-hmm.
I had so there was this one girl that knew me in grade 7, which is the end of elementary school in Canada, or at least here.
Yeah,
It's
here.
different
It used
everywhere.
to be when we went to school. It isn't
Yeah.
anymore.
Okay.
They've changed it all.
So,
Messed up.
yeah, we were really good friends in grade 7.
Yeah.
And, like, to the point where we would walk to school every day, like,
Sure.
you know, in movies it would be, like, the best friend that you grew up with your whole life, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
In reality, it was more of an acquaintance.
Well, after we got into high school, she realized, like, oh, wait, Ash is a circus freak because she's, like, a foot taller than everybody else and, like, super chunky, and, like, she was only really hanging out with me at that point to scare off bullies, because when you go into high school, you think you're going to get shoved in lockers
Sure,
and beaten
yeah.
up, and they're like, well, no one's going to mess with Ash because she's, you know, a friggin' giant. And, like, I'm 5'10" right now, but I was like 5'9" when I went into high school, which is like a solid foot taller than most of the girls my age.
Mm-hmm.
And I was younger than most of them, so I'd figure that one out. Everybody thought I was held back because I was stupid or something. I'm just like, I'm actually younger than you guys.
I had the opposite problem. I was almost always the oldest in my class and almost always the shortest. I was under 5 feet tall until I was 16.
See, that seems to be a common problem with a lot of people, though. Like,
I'm
I'm not saying it's any easier.
No.
At all. But, you know, anyway, in this particular instance, she thought I could protect her because, you know, I was scary looking. And then immediately found new friends who didn't want to hang out with me. So, I remember very clearly going into social studies class and, like, going and sitting down beside this girl and, trying to, like, you know, be like, hey, did you study for the test today? And her saying nothing. And I'm like, hey, did you study for the test? Like, what's going on? And I couldn't figure out what was going on. I was, like, having a little panic attack. Like, can people see me? You know,
Yeah.
like,
What the hell's going
like,
on?
what
Yeah.
the fuck? And she was, like, full on giving me the silent treatment. And I went and sat somewhere else because it was really embarrassing that she
Right.
wasn't answering me.
Yeah.
And started getting really upset and, like, welling up and, like, visibly upset. And she finally came over and she's just like, hey, I don't think that we should hang out anymore. Like, I'm hanging out with, like, this girl and this girl now, so, yeah, that's that. And just, like, left. And I just lost it and started crying my eyes out. And, like, before a lot of attention was drawn to me in class, my social studies teacher saw me and was like, do you need to go somewhere? And I'm like, yes, I do.
Oh,
and I
God.
left the class and just, like, went bawling down the hallway to the
Aw.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Because, like, I could not wrap my head around what had just happened. Like, I was not, like, I guess street savvy enough to know that girls are just terrible and do that. Yeah, but, like, I wouldn't really call it an embarrassing
be
moment,
crazy,
but yeah,
yeah.
it sounds so similar.
Yeah,
to,
Oh,
like,
no,
the-
yeah, that's...
They just
yeah.
dump you. Like, they don't
And
give a
then-
shit.
And
Like,
they
got-
throw you under the bus. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was... I went to an elementary school that was, like, nursery. So it was nursery, pre-kindergarten, kindergarten, then grade 1, right?
Yeah.
Then grades 1 through
Probably.
briefly 6, like, mostly 6, briefly 9. They had, like, a tiny junior high.
Yeah.
So, but with 2 classes before kindergarten, 106 kids. That was the entire school.
Wow.
Was 106 kids. It was a big deal when we broke 110. It was teeny.
Wow.
And I was a child with really, really bad attention deficit disorder that had not been diagnosed.
oh, no.
And it was bad. It was real bad. And I do vividly remember our whole class, our grade, because I skipped the 4th grade, so I went from grade 3 to grade 5, and I went into a grade 5-6 split class, having just skipped a grade, so everybody was like, oh, fine.
Whatever. Yeah. You're
I
that
think
girl.
you're so smart.
Yeah. And but I vividly remember us going out for gym, and the classic right out of the movies situation of 2 captains being chosen for soccer, them picking everybody, and then arguing over who was going to pick me.
Yep.
because I was, and me being the very last person, and they were like, no, you take her. No, you take her. And finally, I was like, I can sit this out. And finally, the teacher was like, no, you're playing. Here you go. Take this. But so, yeah. That was...
The trick to beating that, I found in high school, was being the very worst person on the field hockey team, but the very best person at field hockey in my gym class. So I was terrible. I was on the team.
Yeah.
But I was terrible.
Right.
But as soon as everybody else who didn't know what they were doing was around, I was, like, the best person out there. So, yay. Perspective.
These glasses are too tight.
Oh, no.
I'll get them readjusted. I had them adjust it so they'd sit because I was paranoid that they were, like, covering up my brows and making me look weird, but...
Oh, no. I had to give a speech in 6th grade and had stage fright so bad I repeated the subject, religion, every 30 seconds for 3 minutes straight.
Oh, no.
My fuckwad classmates gave me a standing ovation when I took my seat.
Oh no. Man.
We know that feel, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know them feels.
I'm glad we're talking about this.
Yeah, me too.
It's strangely therapeutic.
It is, yes. Yeah, I don't know. If I'd known that there were, and I'm an advocate for medication when it's not for everybody, but it's for some people.
When it works.
When it works, it works.
Yep.
And if I'd known that anxiety meds existed when I was younger, boy, I would have seriously considered that, because so many things, because I was just super, super ass anxious. Yeah. I was just really, like you, content to read on my own. But they kept making me do stuff with people.
Yep.
I just went home and watched movies. That's actually why I know the grand majority about movies that I do, is because for many, many, many summers, I would spend my summer just going to the video store multiple times a day, renting like 3 movies, sitting at home watching them, and then going back and renting 3 more movies.
I was shipped off to summer camp, which had all the same people as were in my elementary school.
Oh, good.
Because it was... So I went to a tiny little Jewish elementary school until the end of grade 5, and then they were like, hey, we should put you somewhere else where you might not be miserable. But I kept going to summer camp with these people year after year, and it was the kind of thing where they were all friends since, like, birth, right?
Oh, good.
And I was, even as I got progressively, like, I got diagnosed, I got on medication for ADD, that cleared up a lot of social issues, but the scars were left. But as I got better and better each year, I'd still go, and they still knew me as Mia, the crazy freak person from elementary school, so it was very lonely. It was a really neat summer camp. Like, there was recently in the news, somebody has made a summer camp for adults, and I fully am on board. I am fully on board with this, because if I had the friends that I have now,
themed where you have to make it through the night without getting axe murdered, and I'm like,
it's awesome.
I want to go.
But if
That sounds awesome on paper. I would never do it in real life.
If I was able to take the friends I have now as adults, if I was able to take them to summer camp would be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I never went to summer camp, so I would love to experience it.
I've already told the tornadoes story.
Yeah, Mia survived a tornado.
I did survive a tornado at
Congratulations.
summer camp. So, but I was in the musical every year, and that was fun, and at least I could sing and act, so they were like, you have value in this regard, but...
Well, my value was always, you're the smart one in the group projects. Here, do all the work.
Oh no,
And
that
I
was
went,
me too.
You know what, you guys aren't going to do this, so I'm just going to do all the work. Whatever, I don't care. This way, I'll get a good grade.
Yeah.
If you get a byproduct good grade, good for you. Congratulations on not learning anything.
Yeah.
Medox 01, summer camp for adults isn't summer camp for adults, just camping. This is actually like a summer camp with cabins and, like, ropes courses and canoeing and, like, the summer campy things you do.
The whole experience.
Yeah, I never went to camp either, but I knew enough from my dad taking us on like the summer vacation camping trips that I didn't want to go to camp.
Well, every year, so it was a place that was about an hour away. It was in between Calgary and Edmonton, and it was about an hour and a half.
Thunderbird here.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was about an hour and a half
And
away.
the Christian one.
And it's a Jewish summer camp.
Yep.
And
Wait, do they all have religious connotations?
No,
That's
no,
something I
no,
never
no.
realized.
No, not at all. But
no, Thunderbird isn't a religious one. There's also a religious one.
Okay. I thought you
Yeah.
said that
There's
Thunderbird.
basically two
I thought you
big
said
ones.
Thunderbird was the
No.
religious one. I'm like, wait, what?
No, there's basically two big summer camps near Victoria. Camp Thunderbird and the Christian one, whose name I can't remember.
there's a Pentecostal one up near where? Near,
I never knew this.
like, Parksville.
That could be the same one, I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Some sort of cross-worshipping place where youth gather.
Good for you.
Um,
Not for me.
nostalgia. Enough years have passed that nostalgia has considerably softened my summer camp memories, and I have fond memories. Even though so there was the main camp where you were in cabins and there were these bunk beds, and there was a whole thing where like I was on medication to help me sleep, but it caused me to first of all talk in my sleep
Oh, good.
Oh.
in a
Always good.
cabin full of teenage
Yeah.
girls.
Fantastic.
So I would wake up in the middle of a sentence, and I'd be like, God damn it, I did it again.
No.
But I also apparently thrashed so much that I nearly fell off of a top bunk. So from that point on, only bottom bunks.
Fair enough.
But you were on this, like, the camp property, right?
Yeah.
But as you got into the older age groups, they'd put you on a bus, and they'd drive you out to Kananaskis country, which is, like, the big camping thing in the Rockies, in Alberta. So they would put you all together, and it was supposed to be a bonding experience. So you weren't allowed CD players.
Of course it was.
You weren't allowed any electronics. You weren't allowed your watch. You were allowed books, but only begrudgingly. So for an introvert who wasn't that popular, it was torture, because they'd be like, we're going camping on tents for 3 days, and it's going to be a bonding experience. And you're just like, it's going to be hell, because I'm not going to have any time alone at all, and there's going to be people
and
everywhere.
you frown on murder.
Yeah. So it was, we did go to a very, very nice, we did do a canoe trip, which was fun, where it was like 4 days where we canoed down a river.
Cool.
In Alberta, and so we camped, like, we would go from campsite to campsite, right?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't circle back, we
Right.
traveled down the river.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. Still lonely.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember one year, vividly, I'd brought, like, all the Anne Rice books. Because it was that phase. Everybody has that phase. Or most people.
I didn't do the vampire thing. I did the schlocky romance novel thing.
Anne Rice varied. She would go from really, really, really interesting to dead goddamn boring to really interesting to... And there was nothing in between. She was either super interesting or you could barely read the goddamn book.
I don't know, having a copy of Lord of the Flies with you might be dangerous going to camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an instruction manual when you're camping
Yeah.
with other kids that you don't like.
Instruction manual for murder.
And I never enjoyed camping, and everybody would be like, let's go camping, and I'd be like, no, and then it occurred to me that once liquor gets introduced, then camping becomes fun.
Or you go camping like my family did, wherein my mother insisted on having both a hot shower and a flush toilet.
Oh, that'll work.
Yeah.
Which basically meant we went elsewhere, slept in a tent,
Yeah.
and ate off the Coleman stove.
And
had full bathroom facilities and a swimming pool.
Oh, okay.
Because that's camping.
Yeah, that would work. It also, I mean, I never had a family vacation that worked out without yelling, so that also was a component as well.
my ex, his parents owned a cabin
Oh, you gotta love those.
up on Yubo, or up in Yubo.
Yep.
And when he's like, we're gonna go up to the cabin, I'm just like, no, like, everything about the word cabin, like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the woods. I don't like mosquito bites. I don't like, no hot showers, blah, blah, blah. And he's just like, it'll be fine, blah, blah, blah. And then we got there, and they had built a luxury house from scratch on a lot on the side of Cowichan Lake that's nicer than either like our house or his parents' house.
So
like
by
heated
cabin, they mean
floors, you know, like. And I'm like, oh, so you just mean like a house that's built in the woods?
You
By
Yeah.
thought it
cabin?
would sound pretentious to say, we're going to the lake house this weekend.
Right, yes. Yeah.
I see.
No, as far as I'm concerned, it's not really camping unless you have, like, tried to sit in front of the campfire, but the smoke always billows in your face, and then you get up to move, and the wind changes.
Yep. It follows the person who's most bothered by it. That's the law
it's
of
like cats. Cats will flock to the person who least
hates
likes
them
them.
the most, yeah.
Or is
I can
allergic.
attest to that. I'm not a cat fan. They love me. Or they hate me. But either way, they're drawn to me.
Yeah.
No camping trips with us. It wasn't a camping trip unless my sister whittled a toothpick for each of us.
What?
Now, by a toothpick, I mean a slightly smaller stick than the stick she started with.
Yeah.
That had one end that was skinnier. Most of the time, they did not actually function as toothpicks. But
Yeah.
she was, 9. It was fine.
That's fantastic.
We had Camp Olympics every year. It was called Maccabia, and which is a Hebrew word, whose name warriors is the, I think, root of that.
Sorry, Clover Vibe, this is Jess.
Hi!
Yes.
Oh, yeah, buzzcut girl. Okay, that's a new descriptor. I like it.
I'll take it.
Yep. Because it's accurate, so.
Yeah, this be Jess. She rad.
She bad.
She cool. My goodness, this wine seems to be disappearing quickly.
I know, right?
Yeah, mine's gone.
You know, there's a whole box
I
right
know,
there.
but I don't interrupt people when they're telling stories. So, Mina was telling a story, and she is obviously the wine mistress for the evening.
Pretty much
Thank you.
the necessity on the stream.
Beautiful.
Okay. How do I draw snake scales?
Consummate V's!
Just cross-hatching. It doesn't need to be scales. It just needs to
Yeah,
be
it just
the
needs to
image
be
of
a
scales.
dark color and then like highlight cross-hatching.
Or vice versa.
Yes, yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
My,
So vertically stretched ones.
my work team just switched to something called Slack for our chat, like our live chat. And it
Good things.
apparently
Switch
if you,
that for Desert Bus.
and if you just go /Giphy and then a thing, it'll find a GIF
Oh no.
for that particular thing.
That's terrible. Why would you tell me that?
Terrifying, yes.
Yeah, and I was so close to being like, and because the lead dev is just like, I love GIFs. I was like, oh no, if they allowed GIFs in the blog, because I'm the blogger, and they're like, if they allowed GIFs on this blog,
Things would
I'd
never-
be all over that.
You'd get
But it
nothing
was
but gifts all day long.
Yeah, it was so tempting to be like, oh, also, I'm my own reaction GIF. In many situations. There's one of me right up at the camera like... Because I was imitating my cat on Dexedrine, and of course it got gift.
Of course it
Well, it's
did.
Desert Bus. Of course it's going to get gift.
Aw, I'm so sad that I'm gonna be a weekend warrior.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. I'll come and I'll ascertain where...
Desert Bus is actually a lot more fun when you're just there to be there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, as cool as it is to, like, go to the after party and blah, 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 like, the couple years that I wasn't involved with Desert Bus at all were actually super fun because I just got to go there and have fun with people,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah. I look forward to, like, I will call ahead or text ahead and be like, when do people need bodies? Like, when do you need warm bodies? I'll be there. Mm-hmm. We'll show up and we'll do some fun stuff.
I hide in the shipping office because I'm not much for being on camera.
I like it.
Despite what you see right here.
Vickers and Steinberg wine removal service.
Formerly Vickers, Steinberg, and Halka. Fair enough.
Oh, you got... Jess, you were at Tally's, craft nights, right?
Did
you ever go to
a couple? One or two? Most of the time I had to work.
Those
A couple years ago.
devolved. Those devolved quickly.
Yes, I also didn't drink during them because I was usually giving people rides home. So
Those
and I can't do my crafty stuff while I'm drunk because
those
my hands don't
escalated
shake.
quickly.
oh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's pretty much a recipe to miss out on the best parts.
Yeah. Well, no, not necessarily. Because sometimes being the only sober person around a bunch of drunk people is a lot of fun. Because they'll listen to anything.
Okay, is the snake gonna be dark green or dark red?
I feel like you just did a red thing with the jester. So.
I really want the background light to be green.
Oh, okay.
I think the reference picture you were using, she was actually gold.
Oh, was she?
I think so.
Okay, so is this like an actual person that I need to get colors correct on, or is it like a race? I know nothing about it.
I feel like with a name like that, it should be a unique creature.
I'm seeing a lot of gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gold it is.
I see a little red. There is one with red.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Some of these are really funny. Sorry, chat, you can't see what I'm looking at. I'm looking at reference because I had no idea what this word meant. And it's like, so this was like my main inspiration for it. But, going through it, it's just a snake Medusa lady.
With a varying number of arms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Medhoxa1 says, I have the sinking feeling that you are getting that wine out of a box. Please say it isn't so.
Yeah, it's a box.
We will say nothing then.
I'm not ashamed.
Can you put the chat?
Sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
Alright. Golden scales.
Something bright and goldy.
Yeah, goldy greenish maybe.
We'll get there.
Yeah. I have no idea what the process is involved.
I'm not sure either.
Make her draw.
No!
Get a couple
We'll
of
show you the ruffles.
No, we'll show you all the amazing things the Manga Studio can do. It's so much fun.
Apparently tonight is Give Jess a New Embarrassing Memory Night.
No, but you should see. Pull up
good.
the most amazing thing.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. Actually,
Okay.
we're pretty close to break time, so I can do that
Okay.
before.
Sure.
So,
I don't draw.
we discovered that Manga Studio has a bunch of shortcuts.
Yeah. That's putting it really professionally.
So, on one of our...
Okay, then. Yeah.
They've got a rainbow brush and a ruffle.
That's several layers deep of insanity.
There's this, which you can see we turned into a Valentine.
See? Yeah, okay. Yep.
That was really
Start from a
great.
This one I still think is gorgeous.
It's great. Yeah.
I like
There's
the second one best.
There's a heart button and a star button.
I see. Okay.
You can't tell, but the backgrounds are actually like, this is the day background, and this one was the midnight background.
Ooh, yes, of
Yes.
course.
Those are the only three that I saved.
The gradient, and it's different times of day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one
And
the
then
best.
there's a
It's the
rainbow,
most.
the
It's the most
complete rainbow
chaotic and
background.
insane. But I love the Japanese flowers and the.
And the crackles and the music notes and there's actually lampposts in the background covered in blood splash.
I see.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
It's so good.
So once
We're gonna take a break.
Oh dear.
So now we give everything ruffles. We get into the second hour, and that's what we do.
Especially if there's a lot of alcohol involved. We're gonna take a break, use the washroom, and we'll get back to this.
All right.
Swear to God, I'm gonna finish this. God damn it. And we will see you shortly, like 5 or 6 minutes, and then quick break.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! I'm Clark Kent again.
Where did Superman go?
Shit, he was right here! That is awesome cosplay Clark.
What happened? Not okay. It's in the middle of a conversation. Fuck. Anyway, so we were just talking about glasses.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. So, same grade 5 year. We all went to the eye doctor. My sister, they were like, can you see this? Can you see this? And she just said no the whole time. And I was
Nope.
like, stop being shy. Just be honest with
Tell
the
them,
man.
yeah.
Come on. Turns out, no, she's actually blind. Like, she's actually, like, really, really, very, very in need of glasses. But I didn't need them. And I was 9, and I just I remember they put the drops in my eyes to dilate them, and so I was kind of blind for the rest of the day. But so every other member of my family needs glasses. And I didn't. And every so often I would say to my parents, like, shouldn't I go back to the eye doctor at some point and, like, double check? And my dad would be like, well, is your vision blurry? It's like, no.
I don't notice it when
so
it goes
don't go.
slowly.
And then I started getting horrible headaches and eye strain at work because I was looking at 3 screens all the time. And I remember I turned the brightness on my computer all the way down and the contrast all the way up so that it wasn't glaring, but I could still see, like, I tried
still make out the details.
everything.
Yep.
Because I could see, it just hurt to see. And I went and got a pair of, like, reading glasses, like, cheater reading glasses at the drugstore, and I was like, oh, this is slightly better, I should probably make an appointment at the eye doctor. So I did, and so she covers my left eye, I can see everything fine, all the way down to the smallest letters. She covers my right eye, she's like, what's the smallest you can see? It's like, E?
Yeah.
Nothing.
The first one?
She went beyond E to the big, like, the big fuck off, like, really dumb letter.
0.
Yeah. And so,
It's just a line.
I love that.
It's like, is it an E?
I love that point in the eye exam where it's just like, what's this line? Oh, E, F, Q, Z. What's this line? I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
Box.
Those are happy faces. Thank you very much.
they're little smudges. I
Yep.
think your chart is smudged.
Yep.
So I have one eye that's not great, but I also, like, really like having glasses, and now I really feel like there's something missing from my face when I look at myself in the mirror when I don't have them. And I just got my big, huge librarian glasses. But yeah, no, and Jess read me so many riot acts.
This one was in so much trouble.
So much
trouble. Oh my goodness.
What?
Oh, you haven't heard the stories?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was great.
What is happening?
Well, Mia comes to me and says, hey, guess what? I need glasses. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Is that new? And she's like, well, yeah, I haven't been to the eye doctor since I was, like, 10. And I went, what?
Yeah.
I was 10 when I got my glasses?
I never went to the eye doctor before.
What?
When I was in the 10th grade, my high school science teacher did, like, the, let's test your vision. Like, he was trying to explain to people what they meant by 20/20 vision. Mm-hmm. So they would have everybody stand, and, like, almost everybody in the class had 20/20 vision, unless, they had glasses, and because everybody else had been to the eye doctor, so they knew what the fuck was wrong with them.
Yeah.
And then I did the test, and it turned out that I had closer to 20/10 vision. Like, I had crazy superhuman vision. So he's just like, wow, okay, so you can see things at 20 meters away that most people have to be 10 meters away to see. That's really cool. And I'm like, that is really cool. I am cool. And for, like, the rest of my, up until now, adult life, I've just been like, I've got 20/10 vision. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Like, I'm a friggin' hawk here.
Because these things don't change over time.
Exactly.
No, especially not if you work with computers.
I haven't had about 30 different prescriptions in my lifetime. No.
Yeah.
So it didn't even occur to me that my eyesight would go down, and
would change.
I'm totally farsighted, right? So I can see things really, really far away really nicely, but, like, I found for a while there at my computer, I caught myself doing the,
Yeah, your arms weren't long enough?
Yeah. And that was the thing, is that my other eye was compensating, which is slightly farsighted. Master Gunner is saying their mother is short-sighted in one eye, farsighted in the other. I am slightly farsighted in the other eye. So it balances things out, but the first time actual glasses got put on my face, I went to the local market on Yates, and I walked in the produce section. I was like, colors are so bright. Like, it was like switching to 1080p.
Yeah. It was looking at
like,
buildings for me.
God.
I'm just like, I'm supposed to be able to see all of them in focus? What?
Well, mine happened, my parents were, I don't want to say religious, but that's the best description for it, about having us go to the dentist and have our eyes checked. We went every single year, as you're supposed to. And so I went from being 9 years old and being able to see just fine to being 10 years old and going, what? And the eye doctor and my mom just looked at each other and went, hey, this one needs glasses.
Yeah.
And went back every year.
Yeah.
And had to get a new prescription every year until I was in my 20s. And then it's been probably every 2 or 3 years I've had to get a new one still.
Yeah.
And I'm in my 30s. So your eyes will keep changing. I am completely nearsighted in both eyes, and I have a severe astigmatism in my right eye. So I can't be without glasses. I literally... Okay. This is about... Right about there is my vision. On one eye. That's my vision right there.
That's a foot.
Yeah, about a foot. And I agree with Mia. I've worn glasses, not my entire life, but since I was about 10. And I think my face looks weird without them. I could easily get contacts. My eyes could be fixed by contacts. I have 2 problems with that. One is that I'd have to touch my eyeball, which, ew.
It is weird.
I know that I'd get used to it, and I know I could do it, but I don't wanna. And 2, I like the way my face looks with glasses. I don't like how my face looks without them. It's incomplete.
My eye doctor was like, if you want contacts, you only need it for the one eye.
Oh,
that was
it's like they'll be half the price.
Or you get twice as many for the
Or you get twice as many.
Yeah, 2 for 1 is what they are.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, man. But wouldn't that be so confusing if, you got home really drunk one night, you're like, I have to take my contact out, and you try and take it out of the wrong eye. It's like...
I don't tell left from right at the best of time. You guys know that I can't tell left from right?
I still look for the L.
I can't. I do this, and my sister likes to tell the story of how we went driving together, and I apparently took my hands off the wheel to do this.
Oh, dear.
Not while we were moving at a high speed. We were stopped at a stop sign, but she was like, turn right. And I was like, And she was like, what the hell are you doing?
When Mia and I play Borderlands couch co-op, I point. Go that way.
Yeah.
To the point where I do that with everyone I play Borderlands with, and they're like, why are you pointing? I'm like, oh, Mia can't tell left from right.
I'm really not good at it.
Go left, it's fine.
I have given people directions over the phone, and I have told them the entirety of the way, several steps to go from one point to the other, and then I've gotten to the end of my description and gone, wait, no, reverse everything.
All those turns? Yeah, they're
every single turn where I said left, actually go right. This was talking to my sister trying to describe how to get to a place at the local university.
Yeah.
In the city where we grew up, and I had to, at the end of like a solid minute of description, just be like, no. Every time I said left, go right instead, because I just messed that up, and she hung up on me.
Fantastic. I used to give Brad knows, when he started playing Mass Effect, he moved it in here. Hey, enough. He moved it in here so that I could, kind of watch while I was working.
Sure.
But when he started playing Mass Effect, it was in the living room. And I was trying to make it so that, certain items, you don't want to miss them, right? So I was, scanning through the guide and being like, okay, you need to go that way. And, of course, he's watching the game, not my hand.
Right.
So he's like, Ash, that way doesn't help me. Like, left. It took me, 2 minutes every time.
Every time I yelled from my mom in our really large house in Calgary, I'd be like, where are you? She'd be like, I'm here.
Yeah.
It doesn't help at all. Where is here? That's multiple places. You're in a superposition at the moment.
You're always here.
Yeah. In my heart. Because it's Mother's Day.
Boom! Nice! Nice
Got there.
Yeah! Did your mother watch this?
No!
Neither does mine. I'm like, I'm gonna be on the internet. You wanna watch? She's like, no.
I don't think I could
for you,
sell
but
my
no.
parents on this even if I tried. They'd be
That's
like,
probably
now
for the
what's
best.
going on? To be honest, yeah.
My mom tries to watch Desert Bus because she thinks it's really cool, but she's like, I can't think, none of them can sit still. And I'm like, yeah, it's also been 6 days, but
Yeah.
whatever.
There's a reason.
It's not for everyone.
No, yeah.
I actually have a hard time just watching the stream at Desert Bus.
Me too.
It's much more fun to be there in person.
Oh my god. It's
If I'm
gonna
not
be
there,
hard.
It's not on, to be honest.
It's really hard. It's gonna be really hard to just watch, and I can't contribute anything to Craft Along this year either, because I'm just... I had to throw out all of my supplies, because I had, leftovers from the last piece I did, and I was like, getting rid of stuff in my apartment, need to
I should actually do something for Craft Along this year. I keep saying I'm going to, and then
The submissions are open.
I know. I keep not getting on it until, like,
There's,
way too late.
If I was better at needle felting, I would totally make one of the animals from Avatar: The Last Airbender, because every single one of those animals is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Like...
floofy goodness.
Every single one of them is just a delight. They come on screen and you're like, I want one.
Yeah.
It's a moose bear. I want one. Okay.
Yeah.
When is the Medox01 asks, when is the cutoff for Craft Along? I do not know.
It just opened.
It just opened.
Yeah.
I think Kelly was saying something about she's gonna cut it off earlier this year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It used to be like September-ish, end of September-ish, but it's so
I'm
hard
gonna
to say.
I really want to say partway through August, but I can't. You can't quote me on that. You have to send her an email.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even ever looked. Is there a forum on the Desert Bus?
No, you just send Tally an email.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, I want to do it.
I'm just like, I feel really dumb not knowing this, considering I'm an event manager.
But it's
July 20th.
Oh,
says
wow.
Dicey. Wow, that's early.
That's really early. I gotta. Yeah. The problem is that the thing I want to make, I have to learn how to do. And making it for the very first time to submit is not something I feel super comfortable with.
Yeah.
That's what I ended up doing with the very first thing that I submitted, and it turned out really well. So I'm somewhat of an advocate of just like I'm horribly good at making shit up as I go along. Like I have coasted through every single one. Everybody asks for my radio show. They're like, "How much prep do you do?" And I lie because I don't do. I do like half an hour of prep, maybe 45 minutes.
Are you lying right now? It's like 10 minutes, isn't it?
No, I do arrive half an hour before.
I've seen you tweet about stuff that's going to be on your radio show when I'm fairly certain you're on the bus to get to the radio show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I always arrive a half an hour early so I can grab the CDs, but listen to some of them that day, and like listen to like a 15-second sample. I'm like, yep, that sounds good. All right, next one. So I'm really like I just recorded a podcast, and I've been like the podcast runners tweeted out that I'd been in it, so it's fine. It's not Lur, it's a friend. Like, I didn't want to say I'm recording a podcast because everybody would assume things that I'm not a part of at all. But yeah, I just did a recording. I mean, it's going to be the June podcast for something called Drink This Podcast, where I had listened to 15 minutes of a previous podcast that they did. They sent me the link. They were like, this is a rough idea of what's going to go down. And I listened to 15 minutes of like an hour and a half of it. And I was like, all right, cool, let's ride.
Yeah. Nice.
Let's just go. Thank you, Dicey. That's very kind. I think it sounds fine. I used to prep a lot because I used to do scripts. And then I trained myself off of scripts. And now I only occasionally stumble over myself or say the wrong thing. But I've gotten better at it.
I do it all
Some
the time.
things I will just wing like crazy. I run entire D&D campaigns where I was...
I don't know how light works.
It's both a particle and a wave.
Thanks, man. You're the best. That explains everything. Sorry.
Doesn't it?
Shameless plug much.
I didn't even mean for it to be that way, but yes.
Sure you did.
Lying again about the radio show.
No one has so far pointed out that the name of my show actually pertains to light particles, not sound. But
I believe you did in the opening.
Did I?
You explained the name of it in the very first show.
Did I?
You did.
Forgot. I forgot to record it, which I really regret. But fair enough. I didn't actually mean to sneak that one in there. Light is actually genuinely both a particle and a wave. Until you pin it down.
Sort of.
Listen.
3 glasses of wine in.
Listen.
Yeah.
That's enough physics.
And Medox01, I am not actually a physicist, but thank you.
I am a physics enthusiast.
I'm confused by physics most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm a biology enthusiast. And that sounded weird
it.
when it came out of my mouth.
Biology enthusiast.
Now I have bad touch stuck in my head. Or is that
No!
that's the song name, right?
No! No! No!
I'm blissfully ignorant.
No!
Yay!
You've never.
Good. No! No. I'm gonna look up what snakeskin looks like and not go into iTunes because I'm drunk.
This is what happens. We should keep a box of wine in the cabinet the whole time. All the time.
Oh,
This is the
God.
best.
What? Can't draw that shit.
No.
Are you kidding me?
That looks like 40s. Put it on screen. That's the most amazing snakeskin I've ever seen. There's one that looks like the number 40.
Mm-hmm.
The one just over to
Oh
the
my
right.
god,
yeah.
that's amazing.
It looks like the number 40.
Well, that
Okay,
one
it's cross-hatched but in negative space. I can do that.
okay.
Okay, I get it. Hang
But
on.
if those words make sense to you, then yay.
Metox suggests looking up dragon scales instead.
Ah,
No,
yes.
no,
probably
no,
more
wait,
sense.
wait.
You got a thing?
I might blow your
Yep.
minds in
Whoa.
a second.
Okay,
If
Do
I'm
it.
not too drunk to
blow
do
it.
Oh, wait.
And the stream goes silent as we watch Ash draw a series of lines.
It might happen. No.
Gotta follow the curve. No, vertically along the snake. Maybe. Oh, no. There you go.
See?
Ah.
Goodness.
Oh god, I did it again.
We figured out this thing.
I forget already.
I always
Manga
I
Studios Part
forget as
2.
well. Oh,
Yay.
we're rapidly approaching that time where you're just like, put ruffles on it.
Yeah. Okay, here's my plan. If I do that on a layer underneath the shine,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
it'll look like snakeskin.
Yes.
Now the question is, can I go back enough? Shit.
Yay!
Got there.
Score! Transfixed is correct. Oh my.
On a snake that size, though, you should be able to get away with bigger scales, too.
Yeah, also remember how small it's gonna be.
Right. You're right. Everybody's right.
On the head
You guys, I
snakes,
just
if
need
you
a
do
breather.
scales.
Like I'm
Oh,
really
yeah.
It's bad.
Put rainbows on it.
Yeah. This might be.
Or this is a great time
Yes.
to have Jess draw a thing.
Jess, here. Do you want to see the ruffle button?
No, show her what I drew. It'll make her feel better. Because... Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
This is what I drew.
Okay.
And you notice how it's titled "Best Drawing on this Computer."
Ah. Okay.
It's
I know
been
how
named.
labeling mine, then.
Oh, is it about to go down?
Wait.
It always
I
goes
need
down.
I need ruffles. I just need it, okay? It is. The prettiest snake lady.
Ruffles on everything.
Everything. Fuck the snakes.
Just turn the snakes into ruffles.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah, when we discovered this, we had some fun.
Ruffle snakes. Should also make sure that I have enough time to go back on everything. Guys,
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. There we go.
I'm gonna save.
Yeah, we
Save's
should
good.
save.
Saving's good.
I'm gonna save it as another one just in case. Just in case.
Just in case. But yes.
Yeah, and then there's where's my favorite, the rainbow button.
There's caution tape.
Oh, yes.
One day I'm just gonna do a stream where it's just this.
Just plain
Like,
old.
Yep.
I lost the caution there.
There it is. Caution
Caution,
tape.
snake lady.
Caution tape.
Beautiful.
No. Oh god, yes.
One
Ray
day
FK.
I'm gonna send this to Jer. Be like, here you go.
This is what you wanted, right?
Well, isn't there a card called just Chaos? There's got to be one just
There
called
isn't,
Chaos.
no. The ones
We
that I
got-
have left. Okay, so I have the ones that I've done and crossed out.
Okay.
And then the meanings of them are up there.
Okay.
We haven't done Fool yet.
No,
You
I was
haven't
like,
done
I was
Ruin
actually
yet.
really shocked that there was a card for Fool, Idiot, and Jester.
Oh wow, yeah.
Well, the reason for that, for interest's sake, because giant nerd who knows D&D stuff, is that the deck of many things can also be replicated in real life using an actual deck of cards.
Oh.
And the reason that there's a Fool and a Jester is because typically there's two Jokers in a pack, one with the trademark and one without. And so one of the Jester is the one with the trademark, and the Fool, don't quote me on this, is the other one. So every individual card has its own. I don't think you use the entire deck. You certainly don't use the entire deck.
Is there anything you don't know?
12, 13, 14,
Like,
15, 16, 17.
Every time I've needed an answer to a problem, or
so
Brad
you
has
use all
needed,
the face cards plus the jokers.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Brad has needed his tie done.
Medox 01, yes, I have read Fool's Company. Thank you very much. They're fantastic.
She knows
very
everything.
silly.
Like,
I have a head full of random useless knowledge, which makes me sound smarter.
see,
than
I thought
probably
that I
am.
had that too, and then I went to trivia night, and I'm like, oh no, I don't. The only time that I really shone,
I don't go to that trivia night anymore.
the only time I
Just
shone
two
at
lessons
trivia
away.
night was the horror movie one.
Last
We
time
missed
I-
one question because I didn't go with my instinct, because there was two people at the table that was just like, there's no Dracula movie in that year, and I'm like, you sure it's not Dracula?
Last time I went to that same trivia night, my team won.
Yeah. It's 2 buses away, so I don't go a lot.
Really?
Which?
Why don't you just
which
walk?
one? Which one are you talking about?
The one at 5th Street?
Oh,
I've
I'm
never-
talking about
because when
Kathleen's
we-
one. Never mind.
Oh no, because when we started going, it was the dead of winter.
Understand. I still walk.
I'm talking about the one that Kathleen does.
Oh,
and,
yeah. I'm gonna start going to that one because I have Thursdays off now.
Night Valian, your foot is stuck in the fridge. I recommend amputation. It's the most efficient solution. And if it's just your foot, I recommend amputating at the knee, because then you're
sure
you
then
got
you're
all
good.
of
Then
it.
you're good.
And
Yeah.
you're sure you absolutely got all of it.
Yes. Oh yeah. By the way, Dear Doctors is open.
Absolutely.
Like, we are open for questions.
And apparently I know everything, so ask me whatever.
And I'm about to be a grad
True.
student, so
And I draw stuff.
you have street smarts.
that right
oh,
out
you
there.
have street smarts where
Oh,
we
yeah.
do not.
I can give some relationship advice. God knows I've been
I
through
can't
enough
do that.
bullshit.
I don't
See,
know relationships.
This is what I wanted to do from the beginning, was have the light coming from behind.
Nice.
That's the master plan. That's
Okay.
as far as I
Okay.
got.
Cool,
So
Yeah.
now I have to deal with the eyes and the scales.
All right. You do that.
Yes, you don't want to have to amputate your leg.
Dear
right?
Dr. Mia, when are you in van? Because I have to head back to West Coast soon. I plan to move for August 1st. So, yeah, that's sooner than everybody, and including myself, realizes.
I didn't realize that till just now.
August 1st?
Yeah, that's way too
The
soon.
1st of August?
Well, because the other option is to have a week to unpack everything.
That sucks.
Yeah, before school starts. And I would like to... Mia, do you plan on tormenting undergrads? Yes.
That's what
Because
they're
when they
for.
come into the library, I'll be like, dude, I live here.
Mm-hmm.
This
And
is my space.
Unfortunately, she means that literally that's the only place on campus she could find housing. Dear doctors, I have a particle that is approaching the relativistic speed of light. What should I be drinking Tuesday night? I believe the correct answer to that is gin.
Yeah. Gin on Tuesdays. Unless there's a waveform, in which case bourbon.
True. But it's a particle.
Yeah,
It's
so
acting
gin.
like a wave. Is there any drink that combines bourbon and gin?
No, I don't think so.
No.
That sounds horrible.
Why would you do that?
I bet that there is one. And it's like super... I bet that there... Like, Veneto could come up with one, I bet.
I don't drink. Oh, apparently gin is never the correct answer.
No!
I think you're
Gin is
wrong.
good.
You are,
you are
incorrect.
correct. Yeah. Called a liver
Just that's called a
transplant.
liver transplant. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
You have to take most of the liver to make sure you got it all, though.
A dirty martini has
No,
a
it
dirty
doesn't.
martini has olive juice in it.
Extra olive juice, yeah, it's extra
olive-
salty.
Yeah, I don't
Unless you're-
understand the appeal.
I have a different definition of dirty, which is a whole other can of
God,
fish.
now I want martini. No,
I'm just gonna dance because I don't
It's
know
a
what the
bad
fuck you guys are
idea.
talking about.
martinis are delicious. Not right now, though.
I'm not sure I've ever actually had a martini, like a proper martini. I've had like ones that are flavored like girly drinks.
No.
Because I'm a girly drink drunk.
Oh, no,
let's
no,
be
no.
honest.
We should go to the Bengal Lounge and we'll dress up and their martinis taste like water. They're so good.
That's dangerous.
They're so good. And
You're drinking wine that tastes like currant juice.
And they
Yes,
also
I know.
make
It's
also
dangerous.
make
It's very
the
dangerous.
greatest. They also make the greatest. And I hate Caesars, but they made such a good Caesar. They made it a Bloody Mary for me because clam juice
yes.
weirds me out.
Because clam juice is not actually the juice of a clam. It's just smashed up clams.
Oh God, that's worse.
There's no such thing as clam juice.
No,
a clam
I
is an
figured as
animal.
much. I
That's like
figured as
saying cow
much.
juice. What would cow juice be?
Milk.
No, the juice you get directly.
Blood.
I meant blood, but yes. Technically, I found the one example that doesn't work. Thank you.
Jess, you are gonna be on the street.
Apparently, I don't know everything. But now I do because I learned that, so yay!
Hi Zeke, how's it going?
Hi.
Welcome to the stream.
I suggest one night we do a stream that is not art-themed and get really drunk and play Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah,
I'm terrible
I'm
at
actually
Trivial Pursuit.
all for... I was gonna suggest, because Quinlan was giving me a hard time for not knowing anything about Mass Effect. I just watched Brad play through Mass Effect, and
Such a good game.
he
I
went...
should play.
Yes,
he
you
went.
should.
I know.
He went Femshep Paragon, and so I'm
Okay.
like, I want to go through and do Broshep Renegade.
Do Femshep Renegade. Always do Femshep. Because, to be honest,
But then in the last game, I can romance Cortez.
Oh, God, really? No.
What?
I fucking hate that dude. I hate him, and I hate Caden. I hate anybody who questions my authority, because I'm supposed to be the authoritative person on that damn ship. And if you are doing exposition and questioning my orders...
You know
at
who
the
I
very
hate?
beginning,
James.
Yes!
Fuck that guy.
Yes.
Sorry, Mia.
No, it's fine.
Jacob! Fuck that guy.
Okay, so I tried to play Mass Effect with Q sitting over my shoulder watching me, and it was miserable.
Oh.
He was
you
just
kind
like,
of have to experience it on your own
okay,
first.
yeah, he gave it to me, and I have yet to... We just set up our own custom mod pack in Minecraft.
Okay, then. That seems like a whole new level of
Does that
geek
look
that I
like-
haven't reached.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Am I doing things?
Yes, you're doing things and you're doing them correctly.
I
even.
might do them in gold, not... Because they're not gonna, like,
I
make
was
that
thinking
smaller.
of
It's not
attempting
gonna...
to highlight them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're not gonna show up.
Maybe do them, rather than a darker color, do them in a lighter color.
Yeah, like, do
Well,
them in...
that's it. The thing is, hang on. Go back to mass.
Do your thing.
Oh, I closed it because I'm an idiot.
Control
Now,
Shift T.
I don't know what you just said. I'm just way too drunk.
Command Shift T. Okay.
If you look at the shine on them, like,
Mhm.
it's the scale that's shiny, the imprint on it is darker, right?
Right.
Yes. Well, a scale is an individual thing. Is
Yes.
the problem.
And I know that they're not diamond shaped, but
No,
again,
but
it's going to be this
that's-
size.
That's fine for shorthand. That's
Yeah.
that's a common shorthand for scales.
But what I was thinking is, after the fact, if I did like a... Oh god.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like a highlight? Like, not that
Yeah.
shitty.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. And then all of a
yeah.
sudden it pops. Yeah, absolutely. And then you get texture for sure.
Okay.
But just
With you.
in, like, little random places. But this needs to be subtle to imply that there are many scales going over the entire snake.
Yeah, and then just
Right.
along where
Yeah.
the light hits it.
I mean,
Shadow.
it's kind of backlit, so
Yeah, but the edge of the light where it's coming around the corner,
Yeah.
it'll hit.
you know what's up.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
sorry,
with you.
chat. I
No,
totally
that's cool.
covered you.
There's the seagulls.
What?
Apparently there are seagulls.
Oh,
What is
okay.
happening? Where? What?
Jordan
Okay.
sees seagulls.
Damn it, Jordan. Find up your shit, okay?
First of all, how dare you?
Second of all, what gives you the right?
I've had
confused.
I've
Okay.
had constant, oh my god, it's a good story too.
So, there was this one time when I broke the internet with So Long Egon.
Yes, I
And,
remember that. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you. Like anybody who does anything on the internet ever, no matter how heartfelt and genuine you did try to make it, people are gonna hate on you.
Yeah.
And someone who was really upset that I had drawn this piece sent me an email that only stated, first of all, how dare you? Second of all, what gives you the right? And I'm like, I don't know how to respond to that.
You don't.
So it became a thing.
Yeah. I told that story during the auction for the
Oh, for the...
Dan Aykroyd signed one at Desert
Yeah.
Bus. And it became a big thing at Desert Bus, which I'm really happy about because
Yeah.
It's legitimately good.
the more I thought about it myself after I got the email, the more it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Apparently, the seagulls were heard in the background out of your own window.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's a thing.
There's been
I live
wine
in downtown
here.
Victoria.
Yeah.
We learned to ignore that kind of shit.
Yeah, that's just background noise to us. I'm surprised the Buster's been so quiet. He farted once. It was it was
It
phenomenal.
was so bad. This
was-
dog, you would not think that like the tiny dogs generate that much smell, but they do.
I have a 1.5-year-old niece. I know that the smaller they are, the stinkier they are.
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh yeah, she can
It's
stink up a room like
concentrate.
there's no tomorrow. And yes, Riley, when you're 15 and you see this eventually, maybe because the internet's forever. I'm sorry, but you smell.
You were young once.
Yep.
We just finished talking about embarrassing moments in front of everybody, so this is one of them.
it's your turn.
Yeah, when the kids in high school find this video of your auntie
Sorry.
telling them that you stink, then yeah. By that
Then,
point,
la 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 la.
yeah.
I feel like we need to set up, and this is probably gonna go over everybody's heads, but we need to set up like an Alana of Tortal style thing where we send her really, really useful gifts all through
Not
her
over my head,
adolescence. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Where we send her really useful gifts
that you don't
all
know
through
where they're coming
adolescence,
Yep.
where you don't know where they're coming from, and it turns out that it's just like,
That's a Kel thing, not an Alana. Alana was the one
oh,
sending
yeah,
the
I
gifts,
know,
yeah.
but Alana was sending them some.
I'm sorry, but I prefer Kel to Alana, and I'm in the minority
This is
there,
where,
and I know.
yeah, this is where we will differ. but
What
it's
is
fine.
happening right now?
We're
Nerd stuff.
yeah.
Nerds. Nerds.
Very specifically
I don't get to say
nerd
that
stuff.
I don't get to say that that often. Oh my god. You guys.
Words are hard, so is math.
I'm just gonna sit here and drink and draw. Like, that's it.
Okay.
That's what I've been reduced to.
Let's use the caution tape. Let's.
I'm shocked that I'm actually doing anything on this, considering I can't fucking talk.
See, talking and drawing are controlled by different parts of your brain, though.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wait.
Obviously,
Eric, we-
my brain prioritizes one over the other.
Well, I believe that alcohol affects one more than the other.
Oh, fantastic.
You ever notice how when you get drunk, you can play pool better, for example?
No.
Yes.
Oh, after one
All
drink,
the
I
time.
will rule the pool table. 2
Yup.
drinks, I am ridiculously useless. But your manual dexterity does go up sometimes.
Medhawk says apparently you are scaling the image.
Go home. You're drunk.
You're done.
You're
You're
drunk.
done.
Go home.
Get out. No, get out. This way. On camera.
I don't mean that. We love you.
No, we
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Medhawk01 has been.
We're drunk
Excellent.
too. We're not going home.
Not for at least 20 minutes.
No.
Wow, this stream went really fast. Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Let me give this a solid, the old college try, as it were.
All right.
Oh, I wonder if I can. Sorry, that was your business.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
That's cool. I used to talk to people when I was really, really drunk with my eyes closed because I would have to split between being able to see and maintaining my vocabulary.
Was
and
that
I would...
perhaps because you needed glasses and were drunk and noticed it more?
Nope. It was because I always chose. It was because I chose vocabulary over vision every time. Because I was like, I would.
Because her vision was impaired and she couldn't do both at the same time.
No.
You do know you're never seeing the end of this.
It's okay. I have librarian glasses. It's fine.
Yeah, it's great.
Librarian?
It's good now.
Yeah.
You're just never
it's
going to hear
fine.
the end of the previous
No,
time
it's
frame.
fine.
It looks
It's
kind of cool when I take away the green layer.
That's
It
pretty
does,
drunk.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just turn that into Jer.
Yeah, there you go. That was what you
Just
wanted,
turn in
right?
a green, just a bright green card, and just be like, "Don't you see it?" And he'll be like, "It's like, no, you don't see it. Then I can't help you."
You don't understand my vision,
No.
okay?
Librarian.
You failed your perception check.
This is empty.
That has never stopped you. You are the wine mistress. Is it not right there?
It is, but I've had 3 glasses.
How do I remember?
The Meta Lupus, when I get drunk, I also talk a lot.
I also tend to talk a lot, but apparently I'm not talking as much as this one. So...
See, that does look good.
Hang
In
on.
its own
Don't
weird
say
way.
it like you're surprised. Oh, that does look good!
Ash, I thought you were insane, but now I see what you're going for. I have no idea which of these layers is supposed to be on and which aren't now. It's so bad. Okay, here we go.
At least none of you blush bright red when you drunk.
Oh, I absolutely do. You just can't see it on camera.
Yeah.
I have powder on.
I am as... I think I can even see it on the stream. I am bright red.
My brother's ears used to turn bright red when he lied.
Nice.
It was great.
I also will turn bright red if I'm trying to flirt with somebody, which is a dead giveaway because it means I can't be cool. At all. And
That's
then
why you do it at a club?
Yeah.
As I have found out.
Mm.
But then again, I very rarely actually hit on people.
Yeah, me neither. I usually realize that somebody has been hitting on me 20 minutes later and go, oh,
Shit. Yeah. Damn it.
I showed up to my very first date with Q with burn scars across my inner wrist because I had tried to grab a pizza out of the oven and it had fallen on, like, it had just collapsed and I ended up, like, reaching into the oven to try and grab it and, like, hot iron touching
It was bad
me.
stuff.
It was bad. It was
just
really
badness
bad.
all around. Yeah.
And I just texted this guy that I did not know very well yet, and I was like, I am so sorry, I'm going to be late. And of course, because I have anxiety, I interpreted his responses as being super judgmental and being like, okay.
Not just, okay, that's fine. I'll see
Yeah.
when you get here.
But yeah, so I was just like, I'm sorry I'm late, I am incredibly clumsy and weird. And apparently Bella Swan. That bums me out.
Don't ever compare yourself to
That bumps me out.
that piece of cardboard that's pretending to be a character.
I'm watching this thing.
I've never even read the books, and I know that she is completely useless, and I
I have
refuse to
no
watch the
idea,
movies.
again, what the fuck is happening.
Twilight. Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
We will not talk about
No, that is,
Okay,
that's,
yes, exactly.
we're not going there.
I'm watching this series in which this amazing...
Yeah!
Scales?
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
there
that
you
looks
go.
great. Perfect. I'm watching this series in which this guy sits down in front of his computer, turns on his webcam, and reads 50 Shades of Grey, and he's never read it and never really heard about it. And he just reads the chapters one by one, and it's amazing. Because he is reacting fresh. and it's amazing. It's just super entertaining.
I managed to not read those books still.
Couldn't even get through the riff tracks. Like the movie.
There's a riff tracks already?
There's a riff tracks ages ago.
Oh, God.
And we tried watching them, just like, oh, this will be the one way I can watch this movie.
Sure, yeah.
And I tried, and I'm just like,
'Cause
I
I-
still have no interest in watching it.
Okay, yeah, because
Like,
I got through Birdemic with the riff tracks on it, and that makes it way better. Birdemic is great, but it's way better with the riff tracks because it is a boring movie in between all the badness.
my favorite one that we've watched thus far is Anaconda, actually. Anaconda
Nice.
with the riff tracks is phenomenal.
Okay, I'll keep that. Well, I say I'll keep that in mind, but to be perfectly honest, I'll forget because I've had some wine.
I'll tell you anytime you want to know. You
Okay.
just text me and be like, hey Ash, which riff tracks should I watch? And I'll be like, well,
That's fair.
listen.
Oh no!
How do I do this?
Maddox, embarrassing story. Toasted a marshmallow with a fork over an open flame, then used the fork to eat it.
Oh. What happened to your lips?
He had
Four
bliss-
blisters.
Oh.
Oh no.
No.
Thank you. Thank you, Jordan, so much for getting that shit stuck in my head as well.
Well,
To that I say, somebody, and that's all I'm gonna say.
and to that I say, Roofie!
Oh. Okay, funny story about that.
Yep.
The first time I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, the second what's his fuck was on there, Zuko.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
He came on screen and said one line. My immediate reaction was, Rufy! Oh!
Have you seen...
No, wait.
Yes!
It's Rufio!
Yes! Yes, it totally is. Absolutely. That explains all the feelings.
Yes!
Why do I feel like you complete my childhood, Zuko?
I love that character so much.
Okay, have either of you seen But I'm a Cheerleader?
Yes!
Yes. Love that movie. And he is in that as well.
Yes, he is.
Yes!
I forgot.
He's one of the gay boys who gets kicked out
yeah.
for being too
I
gay.
haven't
Being-
seen it in so long.
Irreparably gay.
Love that movie.
Oh my gosh.
What is happening
That's
here?
wonderful. I don't know. Drink on her sat nav.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I feel like Drink on her sat nav is the name of my, like, queercore metal band.
Queercore, I like it.
Okay. Might listen to that.
Can I help you, sir?
Balthazar Wiseman asks, so, doctors Mia, Ash, and Jess. Ash and Mia may remember that I asked them to and chat about reconnecting with a friend from 12 years ago. Well, we got together for coffee and spent 2 hours chatting. She said that we should get together again. Is that a good sign?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, if she didn't want to do it, she wouldn't have said that. So, yeah, it's a good time.
I have done the, like, we should do this again sometime, line as just, like, a way to get out of it before, so fair warning.
True. I've also done that.
So I would make contact almost immediately afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Because if she actually does want to do it again, she'll respond.
Mm-hmm.
If she doesn't, then she'll put it off and be like, I was busy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, to answer your question, I believe that is a potentially good sign.
Probably. Well,
Yeah.
Requires follow-up.
The problem is that it's really difficult to tell when that's genuine or not, because that's exactly what you say when you do want to do it again.
Yeah.
I would say that the talking for 2 hours is probably a good sign because,
Yeah.
like, I recently reconnected with somebody and, like, an old friend of mine, and it was really awkward. We didn't have really much to say to each other, and inevitably I ended up being like, let's watch something, and we just spent the next hour watching Bob's Burgers because, like, we just had nothing to say to each other,
Yeah.
right?
That's awkward.
So if you spent the 2 hours talking and, like, animatedly talking to each other, then that may tip things in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she gave you a hug when
Hugs
we were
are
partying. Hugs are good.
Unless you remember her being a particularly huggy type person that she hugged everybody.
Yeah.
Which most people aren't, to be honest. Most people hug you when they actually mean it. Then, yeah.
I think I'm almost done. I think this is perfectly timed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well
Nice.
done.
Buster. Buster's, like, losing his mind on the bed over there.
He's slowly starting to lose his mind. You can tell he's like, oh, yeah, there he goes.
Gotta find the right spot.
Super, super fascinating thing happening off camera.
Yeah.
Oh, and a random businessman at the same table at
Hang on.
Starbucks
I'll give you guys.
told us we should just get married.
Oh, now he stops.
Of
Thanks,
course.
Buster. You're the worst. Here we go. Pug cam.
Oh, there we go.
Trying to find a spot you sit down.
Perfect.
Guess that'll work.
I had the experience, Balthazar Wiseman says a random businessman at the same table told us that we should just get married. I had an experience, I was going to see this person who lived in another city about a ferry ride away, in Vancouver. You guys know I live in Victoria. So I was seeing this person in Vancouver, and we hadn't seen each other in a while, and he had invited me to, like, hang out for the weekend, and I was like, oh, okay, this is 90% sure a hookup date thing. But I ran into these two old ladies noticed that I was knitting while I was in line for the ferry, and they asked me, like, what I was knitting, and then I ended up telling them the whole story of how I knew this person, and we'd gone out, and then, like, we'd broken up, and then he'd asked me to hang out again, and they were like, so, when's he gonna pop the question?
Oh.
And I was like, I haven't seen this person in so long. Like, oh god.
The story
I don't
ends
even
in,
know what to
oh
say.
no.
Yes, and you know how that story ends.
Yeah, no.
Needless to say, this
Well,
person
clearly
was
you
not...
didn't say Quinlan, so...
Yeah, this
Yeah,
person
no.
was not Q-Monster. We're about to be long distance. So, good night, Medox. Thank you so much for being an awesome part of the chat.
Yeah.
to
Everybody
meet
for
you.
being super
Yes.
awesome.
Apparently, Balthazar Wiseman's lady friend was not huggy. She was very reserved 12 years ago. She used to be hijabi. And, yeah. Well,
And he was hardcore eavesdropping.
the,
So, ignore that asshole.
yeah, I would say he was probably drunk.
Yeah.
He's a businessman. Businessmen people are drunk.
He's probably just business drunk, but business drunk is still drunk.
If Mad Men has taught me anything.
I think I'm done.
Wow,
Nice.
that was quick.
I like it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't
pretty
think I've
good.
ever seen anything that's gone from start to finish in one stream before. That's
Yeah,
really
the
good.
chat didn't get to see me sketching it beforehand, but I was sketching it while they were sitting here half an hour before we started
Yeah.
streaming. So, if I drink enough wine, I can get one done in 2.5 hours. That's what I've
There you
learned.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
You're the new bartender.
Yeah,
Brad
that's fine.
gave up his job by putting the box of wine in this room.
No, that's fine. He wasn't drunk and we ended up sharing pet pics at one point. Wow, that's a weird
That's weird.
thing to do with a random businessman.
All right, let's see.
Well,
how...
let's be honest. It's a weird thing to do in Victoria with random businessmen because the businessmen in Victoria are kind of all business and mostly jerks. You wouldn't really, in my experience. But who knows?
Give it some sparkles.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Let's totally screw it up and then send it to Jared.
Absolutely.
She needs hearts for eyes.
Yeah,
She
absolutely.
needs hearts for eyes.
It's like a
Oh.
multi.
Okay.
But I can just like put hearts around her. I can put hearts around her in a heart.
Oh yeah.
Aw,
There you
yeah,
go.
there we go.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening, but I like it. Woo, random little bubbles.
Oof!
Now she looks like she's underwater.
Glitter,
Oof, oof, oof.
circle, cross. Okay.
Okay.
Glittery.
So glittery.
So glittery.
So
Oh my
glittery.
goodness, so glittery.
Circulatory. Oh god.
Yep. It's the one.
Yeah.
Buster, you're killing me. Get down. Get out of there. He's
Excuse me,
barking.
sir.
Oh, sorry. Dear
Barking
Dr.
at
Mia,
the
please
police.
place the glass a little bit farther from the mic. Like, last thump was a bit loud. Sorry about that. I shall do my
like the
best,
music
but no promises
The
in
rest
these
of
last
it's
5
fine,
minutes.
but the music notes are not okay.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Feathers.
Oh, feathers. That just looks like she was hungry, though.
Good.
Okay.
Good. Where's the rainbow? We need a big rainbow. in the
Oh, yeah.
background.
Yeah.
Now he's Brad's problem.
It's a double rainbow.
It's a triple.
Quadruple,
It's a
quintuple rainbow.
perfect. Jess should draw something in these last 4 minutes.
Okay.
But let's save this and
Well-
send it to Jer.
Save as.
Just change it to final.
That'll work out well for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
File.
God damn it.
One thing I despise about Manga Studio is that it always thinks that you're going to work on the main page,
Yeah.
not the tablet page. Jess.
Okay, here we go. Can I put that over there?
Sure.
I will warn you,
There.
like I warn everybody else, if you break this pen, don't worry. It's kind of broken already.
Okay.
It's kind of
I'll let
janky.
you out. Let me in. Yeah, I'm gonna sit here and it's freaking you out, dude. Push like, what?
Where'd Mom? Where'd Mom?
Come on.
Okay, so how does this work?
You just press it down like a pen.
Okay.
And the back of it's like an eraser.
That's pretty sweet. Alright, what am I drawing?
What your heart desires.
I can't draw Scarlett Johansson.
Draw her ass. Just two
Just a
perfect
butt.
globes.
A butt.
Just a butt.
Just draw a butt.
A butt. Alright,
butt.
here we go. Internet art debut. Yeah, sure. Just.
Oh, is it white?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
we go. All right. Butt.
Yeah. Beautiful.
There we go.
Wonderful.
Now I need to make it shiny.
The house.
Sorry, what is it right now?
I don't
It's the rock next to the
Actually,
spray
I'm
paint.
not happy with that butt.
No, I'm not happy with this ass crack. If you press the button underneath the plus button, it goes up and down. Those two, yeah.
That's it. Okay.
Hold the eraser up. There you go. See,
There
it
you
goes
go.
up and down.
Okay.
But you have to have it on eraser.
Oh. What?
No, so hold the eraser next to the screen, and then use those buttons.
Okay.
Because it has to recognize that it's the eraser that you want.
Okay.
And not the pen.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Butt ruffles.
There we go.
Butt ruffles.
Butt ruffles.
Butt ruffles.
Now we're gonna fix this butt.
It's gonna be so good.
Oops.
It's also pressure sensitive, so if you press down harder, it will be thicker. I choose to believe this is ScarJo's butt. Yeah.
Little wavy on the lips.
I am not an artist.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, tablets are really difficult if you're used to drawing with a pen and paper because there's no resistance on the screen.
It's cellulite. We don't judge.
That's what happens when we get older, Mia.
Yes,
I'm sorry you're still so young that you've got a fantastic butt.
I really don't.
As someone who is...
Let's just look at Mia and
I won't ask.
Alright, let's try this again here.
Jess, I like your butt.
Thanks. You might be the only one so far.
Take that however way you like.
I will. I'm taking it home. Okay, this is weirding me out. On like all kinds of levels. So now Ash has to fix my butt.
I'll fix your butt for you. There's your butt.
That's a butt.
There's a butt.
There you go.
Let's put ruffles on it.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so you want to click this rock button,
Where's Q when we need him?
and then you just kind of go through here, and one of them will have ruffles on it.
Q
Probably
is
the one
in
that
like...
says
Yeah,
cloth.
yeah, there you go, simple
that
ruffles.
with the ruffles. Okay, so are we ruffling the butt here?
Sorry, did I just put my tits up to the screen? Sorry.
Yes.
I
Yes, we are.
apologize.
Yeah. We're gonna ruffle this butt.
There we go.
This is also what ScarJo's butt looks like on a regular day.
Oh yeah.
Covered in ruffles constantly.
Covered in ruffles. It's in her rider.
Yeah. And then we need some like ruffling this way. Maybe
Oh, those ruffled chaps?
they are now.
or hang on, stop. Right. If you go this way, then it's the lining to panties.
I see. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no actual panty. It's just the liner to the panty, like the
So-
outline.
So the best kind.
Yes. The pantyless panty, if you will.
It's the
Just
illusions.
strings.
It's all illusions.
It's an illusion, Michael.
Whenever you feel this is
Tricks are
finished, whenever you feel this is finished, will be the end of the stream. So it's all up to you, Jess.
Oh, great. Thanks a
Tricks
lot.
are something a whore does for money. Or cocaine. Which is a quote from Arrested Development. So
Which
Twitch...
I've never watched. And I know that most people think that it's the sacrilege, but I've tried watching it, and I don't think
That's
it's funny.
fair. It's
not
not
for
for
everyone.
everybody.
I really enjoyed the seasons that were like the TV seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And then I really wanted to love the one that was on Netflix, but I hated it. Like, it's too much. It's way too much.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep track of it, and if you don't pay attention to every single word in every single sentence, you have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, I never finished it.
There's a lot of police out tonight, and Buster's hearing
why.
the sirens through the through the window. Sorry, I have the hiccups now. So every time he hears a police officer or a police car go by, he's losing his mind and running to the deck because he knows he can hear it best from out there.
This is the best underwear I've ever seen.
I want this underwear.
with the chains on the
Three
sides.
different kinds of lace.
Oh yeah.
Pearls off the side. Chains off the side.
They're gold chains. Thank you.
Gold chains off the side.
No actual panty.
no butt. Yeah, no butt. Now that you've mentioned it, we should have some pearls on here somewhere.
Yes.
Perhaps down. No, that's gonna look weird.
Across the butt.
Yes.
From corner to corner, swooping down.
There. Like
yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
You read my mind.
Apparently, I'm some sort of butt genius.
You should design underwear.
Oh dear.
Man. Oh yes, and then to make it sufficiently Japanese.
Yes. And cherry blossoms.
I'm just imagining this
Everywhere.
as Scarlett Johansson's butt, and it's really entertaining.
Yep. This is what she wears underneath the Black Widow stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is where she attaches all of her
Yeah.
Stuff.
bits.
All of her gadgets and...
Yep.
Balthazar Wiseman is only watching on audio.
Oh. I'm sorry.
This is
And I'm
Dr.
not
Ash
sorry
said
because
that to Tally.
This will be the biggest desert buzz in joke
Again,
ever.
like I've said before, everything that a guest draws on this will be for auction on Desert Bus.
What? I did not know that!
That's why I say it after you're done.
Curse you,
Jess pearls across the butt, Belle.
Yeah.
Great, now I have an internet name. Lovely.
How many embarrassing Mia Steinberg things do I? A lot.
Okay.
There are a lot of ones from my independent game streams as well.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
So good.
I will say I'm about to next level this shit.
Okay. Oh my god.
Oh shit, she barbed wired it.
Oh my god.
Chastity pantyless panties.
I love it.
No,
I love it.
it's just an obstacle course. It's a bravery test. And I think we need some of
Jordan
this.
says I can't wait to write that blog post.
Yeah. See, when you said I'm about to next level this, I'm like, caution tape, caution tape, caution tape.
Subject has not
And
liked.
let's be really, really honest here, because this is what's going on here.
Would you make a MegaCynics stream calendar full of the guest art? I don't understand what that means.
Like a calendar.
Like a wall calendar with the pictures as the
Absolutely.
I need to draw more.
Yeah. I'll make
a
a wall calendar of the guest. Sorry, I thought when you said wall calendar, I was like, is that an iPhone app? What the fuck is a wall calendar?
It's a calendar that goes on your wall.
Yeah, I know.
You've
I have two of them
Yes,
in my
it's pretty
house
obvious
on
from the
my
description.
wall. I've had
I
a
pointed
lot
to the
of
phone.
wine.
I was
Listen.
teasing her.
Anyway,
Okay,
we are
this goes on
actually
your
planning to have the Deck of Many Things art as a print selling thing. maybe,
Cool.
Too.
Cool.
Okay.
But we are going to do something fun with the guest art. Steve actually needs me to go and get releases for everybody to be on the stream to sign, which I haven't done yet.
Oh.
But we're not making any money, so fuck it. Speaking of money, if anybody wants to go to our Patreon and support these fabulous works of art,
Such as they are.
you can go to megacynics.com, patreon.com/megacynics.
Mm-hmm.
And if you donate $3 plus per month, you'll get access to all of the Deck of Many Things art that I'm doing right now. I'm posting them on there after every session like this. And they're not available anywhere else right now. And who knows when we're going to get the app and everything organized. So
Yeah.
that's the only place to see them right now. And if you donate $5 plus, starting within the next couple of days, I swear, because we already uploaded them, we're just editing them, you're going to have access to all of the previous streams early. So that's a thing.
Wonderful.
So you should do that. And there's other stuff on there too. If you get
I
to,
love this so much.
if you do $10 plus, there is, if you look back in the posts on Patreon, there's actually a huge collection of high-res art, including So Long Egon, that you can download for yourself.
That looks like poo.
It does. That did
It
not
is
work
a
as well.
poo smear.
Never mind. Forget that ever happened.
We're talking about getting things together, pending Patreon success, do cons. I really want to do Geek Girl Con, and I really want to do Emerald City Comic Con.
That'd be awesome.
I know that I can't do PAX Prime because it's already, like, on its way. But I would, like, if we can make it through the next year and get our shit together, I'd really like to be in the Bandlands for PAX. The big thing is that we need to get, like, at least a best of MegaCynics printed. So that we have something to sell, because we've got the shirts and I have prints, like I can always make prints, but without a book you're kind of like, I can't really even show you my comic, so
yeah,
that's our next big thing. But shockingly the Ninja Pug shirt is not selling very well, so we're basically just banking the Patreon money until we have enough to do a book, and then when we have a book we can do cons, because we have a banner, we have shirts, and we have prints, so that's the last thing that we need.
That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah. We are like 10 minutes over our time.
Wow.
So,
and remember, if barbed wire lace thongs are an inspirational to you, the DB9 craft along is open.
Yes.
That's for the children.
God, I don't know about PAX East, because we might. I mean, it depends on how well, like, it really depends on, like, the Patreon making enough money that, like, MegaCynics can be self-sufficient, because right now Steve is footing a lot of the bill for everything, including, like, rent. So we need to be making, like, almost quadruple what we're making on Patreon, and I'm hoping that we can make that in merch, and eventually, if we can maybe get streams popular enough and, dip our fingers in many things, we can start bringing in profit from other areas. That's a whole nother thing. Like, I'm way too drunk to talk about that right now, but, like, it is a goal, but I'm trying. Anyway, if you would like to support us, please go to Patreon, and patreon.com/MegaCynics, and donate whatever you can. Even a couple dollars help. If everybody who read the comic donated $1 a month, we'd be fine. Like, more than fine. So
I love it. It's better than mine.
Love it.
Well done.
You can follow us at MegaCynics on Twitter.
But you're like, it about me?
You can find us on Facebook. Just type in MegaCynics. You can follow me on Twitter, and that's at Mega_Ashra. You can follow Mia on Twitter.
At Mia Steinberg, MiaSteinberg.
You can follow Jess on Twitter.
At Jestrel, JESSTREL.
And you can invite everybody to watch our stream.
Please do.
I think that's our time for today. So,
all right.
I don't need to count us down anymore. I just kind of have to wait for a minute and then press the
Use
thing.
the right mouse.
I'm going to use the right mouse.
Yes.
Don't even worry about it. I have so much wine in my system, you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. We will see you next time.
We should stream our Mario Kart sometime.
We should stream our Mario Kart sometime.
I am totally in for that. I will
We'll
kick all
figure
your
this shit
asses.
out.
We'll figure it out.
Bye.
Bye.
We love you.